A darkness spreads across this land. I cannot see the end of your journey, only distant places. The cards foretell of darker times that lay ahead. The power of the gods to turn the wheels of time has fallen into the grasp of dark forces. They have cast their eye upon the world to be taken for their own. The gates of hell themselves have been torn open. Vile creatures flow in from beyond. I see changes coming.
What will you become, my sweet, sweet child?
Before there was light, there was darkness. Before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Ishvel.
Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Jason Carl. Jason Carl. Jason Carl.
Let's tell a vampire story.
Good evening, everyone. It's your boy Twitch again, bringing you news from around the Kindred time. This week, Locke was seen with Zachary over at Purgatory. She didn't know that Blood Liquor was his ex-girlfriend. This should be a lot of fun. And over at the Succubus Club, it seems Marcus Vitale was seen hanging out there. I wonder what him and Lily talked about. This week, we're brought to you by Luca Blood Product Services. Luca, private toppings and potential of blood.
Free-range, ethically sourced, cruelty-free, certified humane, organic blood products.
Blood.
Delivered by our conscientious and discreet private fleet.
Secret.
We make sure our stock is local, sustainable, and diverse enough to suit even the most discriminating tastes.
Taste.
Aluka, Blood Product Services. Tapping the potential of blood.
Blood.
For years, Washington, D.C. was a Camarilla city under the rule of Marcus Vitel. But when it was revealed he was a Lasombra instead of the Ventru he had claimed to be, the Tower sentenced him to final death. But with Kindred, things are not always as they seem, and he survived his sentence only to return a decade later to seize the city from both the Camarilla and the Sabbat. It was during his second rule that the coterie arrived to the city. Lily Sanger, a descendant of the Toreador Helena and owner of the Succubus Club. Steve Perry, a caitiff who only recently found out he holds flawed Lasombra blood. Locke, a gangrel raised on the streets and now owner of the bar Purgatory. And until recently, Quartermain, the Nosferatu who is now exiled from D.C. and never to return. The coterie has been instrumental in restoring the city to Camarilla rule under the praxis of Nosferatu Stanford Warwick. Vitel relocated to Baltimore, where he has established his rule over the formerly anarch city. Things are far from idyllic under Stanford's rule, and events have been set in motion for his praxis to end. The question remains, does it matter who rules when there are powerful elders maneuvering their pieces for their own ends?
Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios DC by Night. I'm the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare, Shanky's wife, and I'm playing Lily Sanger of Clan Toreador.
I'm Lance. I play Steve Perry.
I'm Katie, and I play Locke.
Owner of Purgatory.
Owner of Purgatory.
And owner of a new pet gangrel.
No, it's not. That's okay. That's a totally different business relationship.
Now Locke's in the love triangle with Locke,
no!
Zachary, and Blood Liquor.
No! No. But no, Blood Liquor and I just, it's fuck.
This is a great intro there for that.
It is fun.
And in case you're wondering what happened last episode, Locke got her little gangrel and found out that he used to be in a relationship with Blood Liquor and cheated on a lupine like a real idiot. Yeah, that's not the smartest.
Why do I attract all of these idiot gangrels?
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun.
But, we go with that. And then right before we ended, of course, Lily had a discussion with Vitel again, and the madam has summoned the coterie to go see her. And this is where we're picking up. The coterie is gathering at the Succubus Club to ride over to see the madam.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll let y'all have your discussion before you depart.
Okay, what does she want to see us about?
I don't know. Her butler was standing at the front door of the club when I pulled back up after visiting my new place. So, I imagine part of it is because the time before last when I saw Vitel, I noticed my dead ex-fiancé tailing me when I went to see him. I'm not okay with that. I gave her my ring in exchange for a ring for Vitel that Vitel wanted as part of the bargain to get Wayland back. And ever since I gave her that ring, she's been sending Andrew after me to spy on me. I knew that if Andrew followed me into the alley where I meet Vitel, either I or Andrew would be destroyed, or both.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. So I told Andrew he had to leave. And I said that if she wants that information, she has to make a deal.
And why we're all going.
I don't know. She has something to say to us. Is what her butler said. I have no idea what she has to say to all of us.
Oh no.
So
this is going to be more weird bullshit.
It always is. But at this point, I'm just like, these old ones have nothing better to do with their time, obviously.
Obviously. God.
I have so many more fun things I could do.
Do you think she knows about foxes on trampoline videos? Like,
oh, you should tell her about that.
No, I'm not going to tell her nothing. No.
That may keep her entertained for at least a decade.
Oh, God. Okay.
First, she'd have to figure out how to check them. And then she'd get enraptured in watching them.
She doesn't strike you as the type to surf YouTube all day.
No. That may work. Locke, it's a good distraction. I like it.
Best ideas. Yeah.
So you're going to ride over. I assume you're having...
Scott was already driving.
Right, Scott drive everybody over.
Mm-hmm.
I need your wits awareness for the ride over.
Yep.
Five.
How many, Steve? Three.
I'm working on it.
That's fine. Three. Okay. Seems to be an uneventful night riding over there. You don't have any strange bats or owls or... Yeah, 5. I see the 5.
Okay.
Don't see anything following you. I can't have people follow you every time.
I know. It's just been quiet lately.
I know, isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that get you a little unsettled and a little worried? But the ride over there to the Madam's Tower is rather uneventful. And when you arrive, of course, it's like it is always. It seems you're not quite sure how this building would stay in business from the lack of general customers that stay there.
I just send Scott to ride around.
Yes, ma'am. I'll guess I'll do loops around the block or something.
Yeah, it's fine. Do whatever. We shouldn't hopefully not be here too long, but time goes a little wonky in this place.
That it does.
Uh-huh.
And when you get out of the vehicle, of course, the doorman is there holding the door open, but he doesn't, as always, he doesn't acknowledge you.
I just walk right in.
Okay. And everybody just kind of walks in the building, and the staff at the desk is not even looking towards you.
I go straight to the elevator. I know the drill.
All of you know the drill by now. When you go to the elevator, of course, the door opens when you get close to it. And you're led in an elevator with, it's got buttons to hit, but you've never had to use them.
Mm-mm.
And they always seem to go to a floor that's not marked on the buttons list.
Mm-hmm.
And you get in the elevator and the door closes and you're listening to elevator music as you're riding up. You swear you're listening probably to Kenny G. It's a good saxophone that just is horrifying to your ears. Okay. Trying not to cough or sneeze. Both hitting me at once. So, is anyone activating any Sense the Unseen or anything this time?
Oh, no, I've already done that.
Locke doesn't have it, so she doesn't have to worry about it.
I don't have anything. It's all selfish stuff. I don't look
right
at
up on the elevator, and it's obvious you're going up. You can feel it. And when you arrive at the top, of course, the door opens and you're in a very small hallway leading to the large, looks like an oaken door that's ahead of you. And it's closed, of course.
I walk up to it.
Who's going to knock on the door?
Lily.
I will.
Locke's like, nope.
I knock on the door.
Sure.
When you knock on the door, it takes a minute or so. And then the door opens, and in front of you is the butler, with his stiff posture and his head kind of cocked. You came, as asked.
Of course.
Good. The madam will see you shortly. And he brings you in and takes you back. And of course, as same as always, the collection of her items is rather impressive.
Is the Hope Diamond still here?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The Hope Diamond is still there. Beside it is a ring you recognize.
Oh, nice. Mine.
Yep. It seems to be placed in what you would term the jewelry section. There's a number of various objects there. But as always, there's a little bit of everything in her collection. There's art pieces, suits of armor, weapons, jewelry. It's just an odd collection. But you're led once again to the library. And it's wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling books. And it's obvious that they're all in a very specific order. It's very meticulous. But you're left in that room alone as he goes to the doors beyond to get the madam. What is your plan while you're in the room alone in her library?
Look around. But
I'm going to peruse the books. I want to see what's on the shelves. I won't touch anything. I just want to look around and see what's actually on the shelves.
You see several collections of Shakespeare. Some of them look old enough to be...
Original?
Well, original with the word Shakespeare is not quite something you could...
True.
Oh, does she have a music collection?
Not in the library.
Oh.
That would be in her hipster room with all the vinyl and everything.
Does she have a hipster room?
No, I'm joking. That you've seen. She would have music collected somewhere.
She has to.
Right, because if she collects, she collects.
Yeah, so...
there's also several Dickens. Those do look original. Or at least first printing, when the first attempt at a printing press. There's several scrolls tucked away in various places as well, all of them grouped together.
I head towards the shelf where the book is. I want to see what's on that shelf.
The Book of the Grave War? The book that you got from her a long time ago is still right there on the shelf. Right in its spot where it was before. Where for a while there was information quartermain written. But it's an interesting... you could spend days in here and not read all of the titles. I mean, there's so many titles to read. And some of them are hard to read due to age. But it only takes a few minutes before he comes back with the wheelchair.
Okay. I return back to where we normally stand.
Okay.
Just perusing.
What were you doing, Lance? Just standing there?
Yeah, just looking around.
Steve is just chilling.
Not doing anything stupid in here.
Oh. You're not activating Eyes of Oblivion?
I'm tempted
or
to.
Oblivion Sight?
I'm very tempted to, but Lily's experience was like, maybe not.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, because I'm sure I told y'all the story of that.
Of Oh No's?
Oh No's.
There we go. So, when he leads her in, of course, her head is forward as always. He guides her in, and her head slowly comes up. Lily, you sent a message through one of mine.
I did.
I did not tell him to watch you. I do not tell them what to watch. And her head drops again, and the butler's comes back up. They just watch and tell me what they see. I do not make them slaves. But he said you were upset he was following you.
I was upset because the moment he was following me was, if he continued, he or I could have been destroyed.
And the butler's head dips, and hers comes back up. You were meeting the daughter of darkness child.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard he's been on the other side lately, around the town.
Mm-hmm.
And the old lady's head dips and the butler's pops up. You will not be followed by him anymore. And her gaze looks around. The one of gold has woken.
Gold eyes?
Yes.
Who's that?
And then they both speak together. He is dangerous. He is not who he was before.
Yeah.
He is something different now.
Art, right?
And the butler's head drops, but the old lady stays looking. That is who he went by before the change. It is no longer Art.
No. Just don't have a different name.
Yes. He has a different name.
Now? Or before? Before.
It is Theodore.
Theodore.
That is what he goes by now. His names were many. And the old lady's head drops and the butlers come up. It's hard to find the real name now. Even I do not know. But he is woken.
What can he do now that he's woken?
He looks for her, and he looks dead at Steve when she says it.
For her. Oh.
His mistress.
Oh, fuck.
Her blood is in your veins. Still.
Yes.
And head goes down, and both of them dip their head all of a sudden, and it's an eerie moment of silence in the room for about a minute. And then the lady comes up and goes, she is still sleeping, but she is restless. You are all in danger.
So, Theodore is looking for Sybil.
Yes, and he suspects.
He suspects that we know. Why is he looking for Sybil?
Their feud stretches millennia. He tried to kill her once before and failed. Then both heads dip and then both come up. He seeks to kill her now.
Okay. Great. Do you
And then
think
the old lady looks at Steve. She cannot see what happens here. I have blocked her for now. But you serve a fickle mistress.
Yes, I understand.
And then the old lady's head drops and the butler comes up and he looks again. The time is coming where one will try to destroy the other. Do not be in the middle. That is my warning. Daughter of Helena.
Yes.
You entreat with one also of darkness. Tell him the other side will soon be denied him.
I will tell
The
him.
ferrymen are coming.
Okay.
Then both heads drop, and while they're both dropped, something you haven't heard before, she speaks with her head down. Ask questions if you have them now.
Does Sybil still have a thing on me?
Yes, she still has a light leash. You are not free. Though He is the one that she plans to use.
Do you know her plans for me?
She plans to rule.
Yes.
And for you to pave the way.
With his unlife, yes?
I do not know. I cannot see that.
Okay.
I have fought her years as well, but her ways have always been cautious.
What happens if Theodore succeeds?
And the old lady's head comes up and looks. Then his mistress will fall. I do not know what he would do next. I am not sure. Their war has consumed him for many, many millennia. I do not know what else he has now.
He has a toreador that he said he's given thorns.
He works through his agents as many do, even when waking. As I do. As she does.
What did Chaz? Is Chaz a thing that needs to be dealt with or neutralized or just
If
watch?
you destroy his tool, he will find another.
Yeah.
Better to be the one we know.
And both's head dip again. And the old lady's comes up. Dorian is watching.
Right now?
Not here. He cannot see here. He has learned to use the ley lines.
And there's ley lines in the club. Because they, like, zapped.
Yes, I was touched by one.
Yeah. Okay. Why is Dorian watching?
He plays his game. He is child to the one of gold, though many times removed. She looks at Steve. He took from you things you wish back.
I was about to ask, the madam if she knew anything, what was going on with my...
The one to blame is both the child of Malkav and the madman of the castle. One
correct.
taught the other. For love denied.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then both heads dip.
Madam,
Her head lifts.
how do all of you old ones know I am daughter of Helena?
We see her in you. You have her touch still. You are her descendant, many times removed. But for those who have met her as she was, we see her children. she was a force. The one she seeks is not here.
I'm aware, but thank you.
But we know, because we know her.
Thank you.
Yes. You are missing one. What happened to him?
He went back west.
I see the truth behind your words. He sacrificed and left.
Yeah.
I will miss his knowledge.
Yeah.
And then both heads drop again, as if waiting for any more questions.
I feel like we should have something to ask, but I don't know. You don't know anything juicy about Stanford, do you? Oh no! Oh no, what is rolling?
The spirits show he is not long for this world. Entropy is coming for him. They have seen it on the other side. His time grows short. They hope he joins them soon. But they are wrong. He will not join them.
Why?
Because he's too old. He does not have the drive that makes you stay. His passions are gone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting us, madam.
Yes, thank you.
And her head dips and the butler's comes up. I will take you out now. The madam is tired. She must sleep. And you're led by the stiffing, jerkily moving, unblinking butler back to the door of the suites. And you're left in front of an elevator that is open and waiting.
I step in.
And you guys begin your ride back down. I assume in silence, listening to the elevator music. Because at no point have you ever discussed anything in her elevator. And as you get down, you notice that almost no time has passed. By your watches, you've been in the building 10 minutes total. Though that does not match up with your recollection.
The length of the conversation.
That is correct. And of course, Scott's like, ma'am, you're already done?
Mm-hmm.
That was like quicker than usual?
Yeah.
Normally you're in there for at least an hour and a half.
I know. She decided to speed up time for us, I suppose.
Please don't say that, ma'am. That's...
It was an allegory.
Okay, thank you, because that's some weird shit you're talking there. I've seen some weird shit since I've been associated.
Scott,
but
you stick around me long enough, you'll see lots of weird shit.
Can y'all do that? Can y'all like change time and speed up sleep?
I personally cannot, but I have no idea what something that old is capable of.
Yeah, I'm not staying at this hotel, ma'am.
No.
We going back to the club, or are we driving around? What are we doing, ma'am?
What do you want to do, guys?
This has felt like a really long night.
I am checking my phone. Have I gotten any messages from Thomas?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I can't think of anything Locke needs to do for the rest of the night, so she's fine with just going back.
Okay.
You know.
You can have any kind of talks in the car going back, but if you want to have a longer talk, you're going to have to.
No, it's fine. We don't need a long talk after this. This was.
So that
this is a lot. This was a lot of confirmation of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, a lot of confirmation.
Let you have your scene on the ride back.
Theodore.
I don't recommend calling him that.
That's a really weird choice, though. That's a really weird choice.
Don't recommend calling him that.
I won't, because I don't know it. I don't have that information. But I find it a really weird choice. I don't like it. It's weird because the first thing that pops to my mind is Theo Bell, who's like fucking anarch, like
whoever it is wearing the art skin suit is not a Bruja.
No, I know, and I'm like, I don't like any of it. So Sybil being restless, I highly recommend not getting in the middle of that fucking mess.
Well, while you're saying that to me, I am internally asking, Mistress, were you able to see anything while I was at the Madam's?
And you hear a voice in your head. You saw her? I can't see that.
Yes.
What did she tell you?
She says that Golden Eyes is coming.
And you hear in your head a hiss of a noise. He is here.
He is
still.
Here. And he is awake. And he is coming to kill you.
Jesus Christ.
Now we grab dice. What are you doing?
The voice goes silent in your head. Locke, you know he was talking to her because you still felt that resonance that you get of a conversation you weren't part of, that you could catch, no words, but you could hear the murmur that you get every time. But the voice goes silent as soon as you said that. Completely silent.
Stop it. I know what you're doing.
What?
Don't you what me.
So help me, Steve. If you have warned her she wakes and destroys my club, I will have your head myself.
Why would she destroy your club?
Because it's right over where she rests. Fucking shit.
Who knows what he did? He may not have warned her. Did you guys finish your scene? It's all yours.
Okay, so that's fine. That's fine.
I'm curious what she sees and how much she sees and from how far away she sees. So I just simply asked if she saw anything while we were at the Madam's.
Did you tell her that Golden Eyes is coming after her?
Yes.
But the odd part about that, Steve, is she didn't even know you went to see the Madam at all.
Right, that does seem strange.
Who are the ferrymen, you think?
Do you hear her now?
No.
So the other side will deny him. That's like he can't go to the dead place, right?
Right, that he can't travel into the Shadowlands like he's been doing.
Know.
That is good to know, because that'll shut off DC to him.
Also might isn't that where he's been stowing your boy?
No, my boy is being stowed in Baltimore.
Okay, easy to get those two things confused.
Granted. But no, he snatched him through there and then stashed him in Baltimore.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. No. Keeping a kindred in there is not a good idea.
Do we ever have good ideas?
Some have better than most, okay? But I send a text message to Thomas. If anything unusual happens at the club, let me know immediately.
Reply back, of course, ma'am.
All right. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to talk about? Because this is kind of was a big revelation in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know Dorian's role in... Actually, Steve, you know a little bit more about Dorian's role because she just confirmed to you that it wasn't just Granger. Who did that to you?
So Dorian is watching through the ley lines. She plays his game. Who is she? She is...
She said he plays his game.
Huh?
She said he plays his game.
He plays his game. Okay. Let me correct
But she specifically did say that he is the descendant of Golden Eyes, which means if he's playing his game, he may be playing Golden Eyes' game for him, or with him.
6, 7. Okay, I rolled 7 on intelligence occult. I want to rack my memory for any mythology I know about ferrymen, because Locke asked about that.
There is one ferryman you remember from history. Charon.
Mm-hmm.
He was the ferryman of the River Styx. He is the one who guides the souls.
He's the collector and guide of souls. So I would presume, based on what Wayland has told me about
what he saw beyond
saw beyond the veil, the ferrymen are probably not as nice as our mythology tells us they are. They probably harvest souls.
Tune into the Wraith and you'll find out.
So, because Wayland did inform me that the spirits on the other side are really unhappy with Kindred, because we should be dead and there instead of still living. So, yeah, okay. So yeah, the ferryman coming might be enough of a threat for Vitel to cool his heels a little bit. With all the spying.
We'll just have to be mindful of... Can you see ley lines, by the way? Is there like a thing you can see?
Can I see what?
Ley lines. Like you can see spooky shit.
I can see ley lines.
I want to see if one runs through the conference room.
I will when we get back.
Yeah, because you've seen them before, but you only see them when you're looking for them, not when you're just using Sense the Unseen. You actually have to
be specifically trying to look
to find
for them.
Yeah, because they're hard to find.
Because I know the one that hit me was across the first floor.
Although I remember that she like yoinked it into position to like zap you or something.
Oh, that was what Zelios had said.
Yeah.
As a bit of fuck you. But okay. Alright, this is all fun. This is great.
Nothing bad will come of this.
No, this is... what is Dorian's game? That's the one thing, it's like... You see, everybody's like, oh, they're so charming.
Well, do we want to go ask him?
Funny. No, I don't. But it's like everyone's like, oh, these kooky old guys, they're great. And it's like,
no, they're really not.
No, they're horrible. They're the worst.
Yes, they are.
It's like, and see what happened to Art. See what's going on with Dorian. None of this is cool. Well, don't fuck up things too bad on Friday when you meet with Esmeralda, Steve, because she's our best in for a lot of Dorian information.
Right.
So be...
You Steve?
No, actually. I mean, charming? Lily. Is that... They could be charming.
That bird has flown.
Okay. Just don't be you. Just don't be you and you'll be fine.
Thanks, Locke.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Unfortunately, no, you're not.
No, I'm not wrong.
Lily's like, oh, God.
Lily is trying very hard to bite her tongue.
Why? I guess one of us has to.
Don't bite it off, because then if you bite your tongue off,
Because she's so fucking angry right now.
Oh, what? No.
I mean, warning Sybil was what he would do. You would warn Helena, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
You would definitely warn Helena.
Oh, I would. However, Lily knows that Sybil has it out for her.
No, she
Yeah,
said
she kind of does.
Steve should have destroyed you before because you're dangerous. But
exactly.
She's never asked him to do it.
So she is very fucking scared of goddamn Sybil waking up and him fucking poking that fucking dead horse down under the club.
I mean, she could have told him to kill you at any point.
Oh, she could. He could try.
Well, she could have told him to. As far as you know, she never has.
Never has. No.
But
she understands his need for tools too.
I
mean,
no, because I'm sure if she's smart, what she's doing is she's pulling in her reinforcements. So, yeah,
she's got other assets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But still, Lily is very frustrated at this point because this whole obsession with Sybil that Steve has is just fucking up shit.
It has fucked up nothing so far. Yet.
Well,
do I dare roll a premonition?
Do you?
I mean,
do it.
It did fuck up the that Gangle a little bit, and then those mortals to a much greater extent. But
she's gonna roll a premonition.
I got a hunger. One.
Mm-hmm. You hear Cassandra's voice.
I don't hear Cassandra.
Oh, sorry, you hear Rachel's voice in your head. You know, we could just get a fix and leave. It's time to leave, Lily. It's time to run.
Not yet. I have unfinished business.
It's always unfinished business. But you can finish it. Finish it how you finished me.
Well, obviously I didn't finish you well enough because my beast thinks you're fun to fucking fuck with me with.
How do you know I'm your beast? I'm her.
You lost.
But I'm still here. And will be.
Four, 5, 6, 7.
7. That's a very good roll for a premonition. That is nearly impossible difficulty level. Going to think for a second?
Okay, that's fine. Take your time, storyteller. I know it's hard to do them on the fly.
Yep. If y'all want to have any other discussion while I'm thinking real quick. I don't know how much y'all have left, but I'm thinking real quick.
Well, Locke will look at Lily, who's obviously gone into premonition mode. She looks at Steve, see what you've done? Look what you've done now.
You see yourself trapped in a web. And at the center of the web is definitely a giant spider. But there's another spider on the web with you, a much smaller one, who seems to be the one weaving the web around you, adding to it and increasing it, making it larger. And underneath it all, of course, is a darkness that's growing larger and larger. And as you watch, you see others being caught in the web. Some are being caught in the web and eaten by the large spider. Others are struggling to break free. And then your vision fades. And you're back in the car. Hope you don't have arachnophobia.
You do now.
Okay.
If you would like any hints based on your successes, I can give you some hints.
I would like some hints.
The small spider is Dorian.
The big spider is Golden Eyes. Fuck me. He's going to use me too.
And yes, Locke, you and Steve both saw Lily's eyes go unfocused.
Oh, yeah, Locke's
because you were in the
familiar.
middle of a conversation when she did it.
Yeah, that's why she told Steve.
And I legit just come out of it saying, fuck me, he's going to use me too.
Which one?
He who?
Theodore. With the help of Dorian. Saw a vision of a large spider in the center of a large web. Small spider going around, trapping people in the web and building the web to make it bigger and bigger. Some were being eaten by the large spider. I was not eaten, but I was kept nice and secure in a web. And underneath there was growing darkness.
What does Dorian care?
He's following his ancestors' bidding. Just like I do with Helena. Just like Steve does with Sybil.
And when she says Sybil's name, you still hear no response in your head. Not a noise, not a feeling, nothing.
She's fucking busy.
Yeah. Now, can I ask something about like the scene previous where you heard that the growling hiss?
The hiss? Yes, you can ask.
Okay. Now, was that from Sybil or was that
yes,
a different?
It was Sybil. It was almost a hiss of frustration or anger.
Okay.
More beast than person, but you've never heard her make that noise in the past.
No. Well, this is somewhat concerning news, I would think, from her point of view.
Oh, yeah. Because she's still not awake.
Yes. And Edith, the growing darkness beneath the web. Oh, I'm really these things always hurt my head.
Could you
How do you think they make me feel?
I know. I'm really glad I can't do that. I'll stick to punching.
What's up, Steve?
Could you make out any of the other people that were already caught in the web? I mean,
Storyteller, could I?
Roll intelligence awareness.
Okay.
See if you can recall the details. Because it wasn't the central focus of it.
Or luck were in that.
4, 5, 6.
The other individuals in the web, you know, are kindred.
Okay.
And you don't know which ones they are. It was each one shifted. So you would see multiple people as one that got eaten. Multiple same people as the ones caught in the web. It's almost as if that part's not set.
But me being stuck is.
But you being in the web and them being in the web was set. It's just a question of which struggled to free and which ones were eaten. But you were stuck in the web.
Okay.
Caught in the plot, in the plans.
I've seen numerous. It's like they interchanged during the vision, so it's hard to say whom it was. But I mean, like certain people were being eaten, and it would shift, and it would be someone else being eaten, and and then other people were struggling to get free, and then it would shift and be someone else struggling to get free. So,
did anyone get free? I mean,
not that I saw. No, the web is a plan.
Right.
So, it's so fucking symbolic, I swear. But it's the problem. What irritates me about the vision is that I know fucking shit. They all underestimate me.
The darkness is below the spider.
Mm-hmm. And the web.
And the web. I mean, could it be that the darkness is gonna just eat everything in the web and the spiders and...
I don't know. It was just growing underneath it.
Really?
Yeah. It was just growing.
Because... could also have been keeping things suspended above the darkness.
Above the darkness?
I mean, yeah, eating, you're going to have a snack, but... maybe...
And the rumor is that the really old ones do eat kindred. But, Eventually, the hunger's so much that humans can't satisfy.
Oh, that's just
terrifying. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, bags are already not doing as much for me as they used to. It just kind of sucks. So, getting old sucks.
Indeed. Yeah. I have a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And you arrive back at the club.
Yeah. Locke heads back to Purgatory to make sure that things are still copacetic there.
Okay, when you get back to Purgatory, I'll deal with Lily and Steve here in a second. When you get back to Purgatory, Tabitha's gone and Jack is here now.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, boss. He's bitchy. He's complaining about, the handcuffs. He told me he could take them off at any point. And I told him, yeah, go ahead, try.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well.
He should settle down in a bit.
He's watching TV. I think you can... He's watching a rerun of Golden Girls, of all things.
Oh my god, I fucking love Golden Girls. And she goes upstairs.
So what is Steve and Lily doing when they come back to the club? Steve's like, damn, I don't know what this is some heavy shit.
I'm going upstairs and checking in with Thomas and Ian.
Okay.
I check in with Ian first. Anything unusual on the cameras there?
No, ma'am. It's been quiet. I mean, real quiet. I mean, there was, kind of odd. Just a few minutes ago, they all glitched at once, but it was like half a second. It was like maybe 20 minutes ago. They glitched for a half a second and then everything was fine again. But everything's fine now. It's, as you can see, look, there's the normal crowd of hipsters walking up and down the street.
Okay, thank you.
And
then I check in with Thomas.
Thomas is, ma'am, nobody's come by looking for you yet. We haven't seen that. We've been keeping an eye out for that Crown Vic thing because you brought it up before, even though we saw that woman, I think Bria was her name. She came out of it before, but it hasn't come back or anything.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Everything seems to be, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
Did Ian tell you about the camera glitch?
Yes. Yeah. Let me know if that happens again.
Yes, ma'am. It's just one of them things. We plan to ask Steve in a minute
to
take a look at it.
Ask Steve about it.
Yeah, see if he can take a look at it because, it was just a weird glitch. We thought maybe a power spike or, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to Lily, you know what that means. I'd expect to find a visitor here somewhere. Inside the club. I'll go review.
When you review the footage, yeah, it was maybe not even a full second. It was like half a second, but all of them at once went to static and then flipped back to normal. All of them at once. The lights in the club didn't dim. It's just all the cameras at once staticked out and then was working again. Roll intelligence awareness.
I'm going in my conference room and I'm going to do Sense the Unseen.
Go ahead, roll your Sense the Unseen. That is resolve awareness.
Resolve all specs.
Sorry, resolve all specs. That's right. Sure. One of them days.
4.
There's something about the way they glitched. You've seen it before, not all the way across the cameras, but there's something about that staticky kind of image you've seen very recently. You just can't quite remember where you saw that happen, but it was very recently.
Was it when Esmeralda was across the street?
No, that wasn't a burst of static. That was the blur.
Okay.
But you do remember, it's something, there was somebody on the roof recently that caused some static with the cameras.
When Vitel was here.
Actually, that's exactly when you saw it, when Vitel was here. But it wasn't a half a second. It was the whole time he was on the roof it was doing that. But this one was just a blip through.
Somebody playing hopscotch?
I got 8 with a crit.
There is no ley line coming through.
Is there anybody hiding in here?
No, your conference room is completely empty. But you do see there is a ley line right through the middle of your club on the ground floor.
I'm going to go down.
Okay. And it's just a glowing red kind of a line right through the middle of your club on the first floor.
I'm going to touch it.
Roll a willpower check.
Straight willpower?
Willpower, which is your unspent willpower plus 1/3 your humanity.
Okay.
Now, when Vitel had made static, he only made it a little static. So what you saw there was the whole camera is just the same kind of a pattern, but it was
4.
all at once. 4? When you touch it, you can feel something. Doesn't
With
burn
Sense the
you.
Unseen, do I see anything?
You just see the ley line, but when you touch it, you get a vague sensation of being watched briefly, but no burn or anything else. Like somebody staring over your shoulder at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking at when this happened and correlating back to when we were all in the car coming back here,
Mm-hmm.
Did this happen at the time when Sybil went silent?
Yes. Exactly when she went silent.
Okay.
For a second, I thought Relena had frozen. She was so stock still.
I'm just contemplating.
Yep, it was
Do
right
I
at the moment.
keep trying to see something through it? Because I wonder if I can trace who was looking.
Oh, you still feel somebody like looking over your shoulder as you have your hand on it. Sensation like somebody trying to read what you're reading. You know, if you have a newspaper and you can feel when someone's trying to read it. Yeah.
I know you're watching. And I just say that out loud.
Okay.
It is rude to be a voyeur. And I let go of it.
Okay. And it fades from your view.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it anymore.
That's fine.
Locke, when you go upstairs, he is still sitting there handcuffed, holding the remote basically kind of at an angle so he can look at the mess with the TV. And as soon as you walk in, Zachary goes, okay, can you at least, my arms are getting cramped like this.
I will, I'll put it in the front, Jesus.
Well, no, I'll be good. Here, I'll be good. Just take the handcuffs off. This is just,
one handcuff on something.
Chair?
It's for my own.
The chair?
Not a chair.
I had to try.
No. She finds,
You can just picture him swinging his chair as like a club. There's pipes and stuff. It's a storage room.
Pipe. She'll chain him to a pipe. She's like, there. I know this is mostly for my own peace of mind. But
I'll be a good boy. Tabitha told me after you left that if I wasn't, she was going to tell Bloodlicker that I'd stepped in town again and let her come looking for me. And I don't care if Tabitha says she's over it or not. I'm not. No. You've seen Lupine. You haven't seen her get mad.
I've seen Angry Lupine. I actually have tangled with Black Spiral Dancers before. That was fucking fun.
Don't know what those are. She never really told me about her people much on that one. You know, it just.
Oh God. Okay.
I just know when she got really excited, she'd like claw my back, and then it'd take me like a week to get rid of them.
Dude.
That's some kinky shit.
Dude.
You probably, if you lift my shirt, I think it still have scars.
I am going, and she pulls his shirt down just to make sure. Okay. Fuck. You know what? I'll tell you about Black Spiral Dancers, and she'll start giving him the down low.
Okay. And you start to relate to it, and we're going to take a break right here.
Okay.
It's right at the hour, just right before an hour mark. It's a good spot for a break, and I think everyone's going to be thinking about what just happened during break to figure out, oh shit. Yeah. Steve has figured out that when she went silent, she fucked all the cameras up. And what does that mean?
She is fucking awake.
As soon as they said that it was 20 minutes, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
She has just moved.
Yeah, something happened. So we'll take a break.
We're going to find her in VIP.
We will be back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins. She really, blood countess? Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals, keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. Shut me up and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins. Bathory.
Welcome back from the break. Before the break, the coterie had met with the madam, who actually was in almost a talkative mood for her. She answered questions for once.
She was downright chatty.
She was, for her, downright chatty. But at the same time, I'm not sure the coterie liked the answers they were given. And then Steve, of course, warned his mistress, like Steve would, which caused a glitch in the cameras at the same time. And Lily was fucking around with ley lines, while Locke is realizing she's got another snarky little shit she's dealing with.
Does she attract this to her?
Because Locke is a snarky little shit.
Yeah, it kind of fits because you respond to it.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to pick off. Now, the night is getting late. Some back and forth and stuff going on. But what is the coterie's plan for the rest of this? Steve, you don't find any other problems with the security system other than that brief camera blip?
But I do tell Lily, though, my theory about what, that
it was right at the exact time Sybil went silent?
Yeah.
And Lily just stares at you.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah. I put that together. And Dorian's watching the club.
Oh. How'd you find that out?
I touched the ley line.
There's one here in the club?
Oh, yeah. And I point down to the first floor to show him where it is. You have to really look for it to see it.
Could I see it with my Oblivion sight?
You activate Oblivion sight, but it's not visible to all Oblivion sight. Now, you do have Sense the Unseen you could try, too.
Okay, so I'd just try that, too.
Okay, resolve all specs.
Okay.
It's not your best one to use, but you do have it.
Right. And can I use my... Do I get to use a second die in Auspex?
For your blood potency?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Always remember, anytime I name a discipline,
you get to roll an extra die.
You get the extra die for your blood potency.
2.
2? No, you don't see it.
All right. I don't see it, Lily.
Yeah, you may not. I'm a bit more skilled with that.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I saw it, and I went down and touched it, and I could feel him watching me.
Nice.
So there isn't one through the conference room.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that our technology would be able to stop that.
No.
Probably not.
But I did pass him a little message that it was rude to be a voyeur.
So, the night ends, and all of you are kind of thinking, where's Steve? You go back to your haven, or are you staying in the club this night?
No, I'll go back to my haven.
You're going back to your haven. Locke is going to hers, leaving Slinky to watch. Dude, because you're not going to be in the building, so it's going to be hard to get warned if he gets uppity.
I stay. We have a Golden Girls marathon.
Wow. Okay, so you're going to watch Golden Girls with...
She's bonding.
Do you like Murder, She Wrote?
The bonded guy. Oh my God, Locke has a boyfriend.
No, she doesn't. This is fine. This is business.
No, he's not a Murder, She Wrote. He likes Dallas, though.
Fucking Dallas, I never saw the end of that. How'd it end? Okay, yeah, no, we're going to start from the first episode.
Yep. And that's where the night ends for this one. And when the day comes, of course, Kindred sleep. And when the dreams are no dreams for everybody, except for one. Steve, she comes to you in your sleep. Not just a voice, but you see her.
Really? Okay.
Standing before you while you're sleeping. Child of darkness. Thank you for the warning. I am taking steps to ensure he can't get me. You must find out more.
I will.
She reaches up and gently touches the side of your face. And it's a cold like you've only felt in the shroud. But it's a welcoming cold.
Right.
Your time is soon. Be ready.
I will, mister.
I am waking. And then you don't remember the rest of the night.
Okay.
And when the sun sets, you stir. Rouse checks from everybody.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Made it. I'm still at 200.
Okay. And as I said, the sun is set, and you guys are moving again.
Huh.
What is everyone's plans for this night?
I am waiting on other kindred to get their shit together.
Yep. You're waiting for a couple visitors.
Yes, I am.
Yep. And we'll be dealing with that in a minute. You're going to have some visitors tonight.
Bond level 2.
Bond level 2. You
Nice.
feed him again.
Nice.
This time you have to almost force the blood down his throat, but
He tried to resist.
he's trying not to let you do it. But you know, it's difficult for a kindred because you can't exactly put your blood in his mouth and pinch his nose because, well, he doesn't. The breathing part doesn't stop him.
Sorry, I'll get you breakfast.
He still hasn't tried to heal the hole in his chest. It's still sitting there with a hole in his chest.
Let me go and go downstairs, and actually I'll text Jack or whatever, whoever's down there. Any sloppy drunks down there right now?
Not yet. It's early in the night. Give it a few more hours. You'll have some.
Start feeding someone drinks, then bring them up here.
Viking or just someone?
No, just someone, not a Viking.
I'll tell him let a hipster stay for a little while.
Yes.
And what's Steve doing?
I'm going to head back to the club.
Okay.
I want to talk to Lily for a second.
Okay. Locke, it's not long after you've woke when Jack pings your phone. Art's here.
Fuck. Coming down.
Okay.
And
where do you meet him?
I meet him in my office.
Okay. And he comes in his suit. His hair's been cut. Short.
Huh.
Yep. He's got short hair today.
Interesting.
Like a high and tight or just a buzz cut?
It's actually just short cropped hair. Okay. I'm not going to go a high and tight or buzz cut, but it's definitely up off his ears now.
He's clean cut now.
And yeah.
Did he shave?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Locke?
Sheriff?
I trust that Quartermain is no longer here.
He is not.
Locke, roll wits plus subterfuge.
What? I'm not lying.
She's not lying.
But I'm not lying. Can I lie? I never used this. Hold on.
Wits and
I have one dot. Okay. All right.
Good luck.
Oh no. 1.
You feel a pressure in your mind.
Oh, fuck. She's got unswayable mind now.
Yeah. What is unswayable? Yeah. How many bonus dice do you get for unswayable mind?
I get 5 fucking bonus die.
Roll those.
Let me take those.
You feel the pressure. Now, you have a choice. You can let it happen, or you can roll your 5 extra dice.
No, I'm good. Well, I would like to see if I can resist it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just because I'm curious now.
That's offensive.
Holy shit. Okay, so I had 1 before. Mm-hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8.
You push back against it. You almost manage to stop it. But then you can feel like a barrier break. And you can feel someone else in your head with you. What are Locke's exact thoughts this moment?
Does he have my thin blood, Mallory? Because that was my first thought. It's like, fuck, he has Mallory.
That's your
got
top
a haircut.
And he looks at you and says, I cut my hair. And I cut it every day now.
Oh.
Where is she?
She who?
Is that what you answer? What is in Locke's head, though, right now? When he says, where is she?
She who?
No, I think Locke knows who he means.
Oh.
You're looking for her.
But what is Locke's head when he said, "Where is she?"
Locke is very trained not to even think the name, but there's he's looking for her, like capital H, her. Locke knows not to think her name, but it would be pretty obvious he probably knows exactly what she's thinking about.
Who knows where she is? Now, granted, because you almost won this, I'm letting you control your answers a little bit. But what is her thoughts on that?
If she wants to be found, she'll be found. At least by people like me. Playing on this level.
You see Art lean in. You're playing a game you don't understand.
I absolutely do not understand it, no. You were 100% correct.
If you know what's good for you, your friends in the city, you won't tell me where to find her. And then he turns and just walks out. And you feel the thing in your head break free, where you're no longer someone else in your head with you. And it's nothing like when Sybil was in your head. This one, Sybil was like a caress. This feels more like a violation.
Brute force.
You've never experienced this before. You've heard what this is. But you've never been on the receiving end of it. And it is definitely not a gangrel power.
Nope, it's not.
So while Locke decides what to do, Steve, you arrive at the club.
No, Locke grabs her phone.
Okay. What do you do?
Texts, definitely text Steve.
Okay.
We'll also text Lily because he knows it, and Art was here.
Okay, group text. Art was here.
Okay.
Asking questions.
Okay.
About her. Capital H.
Steve, because you haven't made it to the club yet. If you are en route, make yourself scarce. I bet he's coming here.
Okay. Well, I'll just take a lead here then.
Locke's trying to figure out how to phrase this. I know what she's...
Phrase this. Shit.
That's pretty good. That pretty much, summarizes it.
Shit is right.
Locke will say, he's a really hard guy to lie to right now.
Did he force you to tell him things?
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, make yourself scarce.
Okay.
Ma'am, there's Anton here to see you.
Perfect. Send him in. I'll see him in the conference room.
Okay. And Steve, where are you going instead?
I'm just going to go drive up the country a little bit.
You're just going to drive around for a little while to wait and see.
Maybe find a haven way outside of town.
And Anton is escorted. Where do you see Anton?
I see him in the conference room.
In the conference room, and he's escorted in and impeccably dressed as always.
Of course.
With a large sapphire ring on his hand, a large sapphire ring.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate.
Good evening.
Good
Lily
evening.
Sanger.
Good evening, Anton. I appreciate you making time to meet with me.
Well, you said you wished to meet with me, and
I did. I have been approached as a mediary of sorts. Karina expressed some concerns to me over the fallout of taking down Stanford since he has entrenched himself in his throne room.
Yeah, that's going to be, it's a difficult prospect when you have somebody dug in like that.
And of course, she is our resident cleaner in this city, so she really is not looking forward to having to clean up that mess.
Of course not, but she's competent.
Absolutely, I firmly agree that she is competent. However, what if I could offer a way That doesn't break the masquerade.
Well, the tower would always be interested. We won't break the masquerade anyway, of course. But if there's an easier way that makes the complications a little bit easier to plan.
Marcus Vitel came to me and offered secrets to Marissa's former throne room under the Washington Conference Center that he is intimately familiar with, in trade for the Camarilla leaving him alone in Baltimore.
And he came to you?
Yes. Of all the kindred he could have come to, he chose me.
You do know, of course, that he is another who is exiled, shall we say, from Camarilla cities.
I understand that.
But, as you saw before, pragmatism sometimes makes strange bedfellows.
Indeed.
So he is offering to tell us how to accomplish the removal of Stanford in return for Baltimore.
Yeah.
A city we don't own.
Right.
That has not been Camarilla, well, ever. Sabat to Anarch.
Yeah. He just wants to be left alone.
And what's to stop him from trying to take back?
He has said he will not. And while I do know he is a monster and honestly...
we all are.
Ruthless, he doesn't seem to be one that goes back on his word.
This is something I cannot decide on my own.
Okay.
I will take it to interested parties, and we will get back to you.
Thank you.
And it's at this time there's a knock on your door. Ma'am?
Please excuse me. Yes?
Art's here?
Anton, I'm sorry, we're going to have to call our meeting a little short. Luckily, we did discuss anything of importance I had to share with you.
I mean, if it's odd, want me to, is it something I can help with Art, or?
I don't know. He's not behaving normally.
Well, he's old.
He can see the fear on Lily's face.
Let's see what the sheriff has to say.
Let's see. No.
And Thomas, obviously Art was right outside the door with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he lets Art in. And Art's eyes immediately go to Anton.
Mm-hmm.
Anton. And Anton bows deeply. Art? And Art looks at you and goes, is Quartermain gone?
Yes, he is. He was exiled and he has left the city.
You see Art's eyes briefly, barely twitch towards Anton. I wish to be appraised if he returns. Failure to do so will be violating the orders of the tower.
Understood.
And Anton nods as well beside him. That is all for now.
Thank you.
And he walks back out of the room. And Anton just kind of, that seemed like an odd visit for the sheriff to do in person.
Indeed. Thank you for being here.
And Anton there's something else going on in this city.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling my stay is going to be extended for a while. Please, remember that.
Thank you.
And he actually walks out.
And I walk out and look to Thomas and say, is the sheriff gone?
Yes, he departed with some haste. Is everything all right, ma'am? Because you seem a little upset. And
oh, no, darling, it's not all right. But, I've survived, so it's fine.
Lily saved by calling a meeting with Anton.
Yeah, because he would have tried to rape her mind, too.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what is the coterie now doing? Are you going to warn Steve that Art has gone?
I will tell him Art has gone. But if you are coming back to the club, be very aware of being followed.
Locke will text Tabitha, Art cut his hair.
The reply is, oh my God, just OMG.
I go and find, I'm assuming I have some kind of camera, like video.
I assume Steve put you in at least a basic security package.
Oh, yeah. She gets a still, although unfortunately her still is literally pulling up the video and taking a picture with her camera. And that is how she sends a still to Tabitha.
The reply is, no way.
Yeah, way.
Looks kind of hot, though.
Not in person.
Sad face.
Yeah. Oh, wait, shit. Gotta get breakfast. BRB.
Okay, and yeah, it doesn't take long. But are you going to go and go to the Succubus Club so you can actually explain what happened? Or I don't know what the plans are.
She's going to make sure her boy's fed.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't take long before a hipster that wandered in who didn't get jumped and beat down. The bikers were real friendly and chummy with him. Yeah. And kept plying him with drinks. It's apparently something that has happened also before in the bar.
Weird.
Yeah, this is weird. Almost like a game that's been played by the previous owner.
Weird. Oh, so yeah. Once she has, because she is going to make sure that hipster is alive and then safely put somewhere else. And then
sleeping it off in a. It's odd that there's a room with a cot already in it for sleeping drunks.
We're so considerate.
Yeah,
we are so considerate.
One's unsafe to drive.
And she goes over to the Succubus Club.
And Steve, you've been told not to be followed. How do you go back to the Succubus Club? Locke has the right idea.
Underground.
Yeah, I guess that is a good one. I'll stop it.
You know a couple places you can get into the sewer system, not by the Succubus Club, to get up under the club.
I'll stop by one of the places I know that has access, and I'll go that way.
Okay, and you take your underground exit, and Locke it takes you a while to get there, but it takes Locke a while to get there too. But it's, about an hour later, Lily, you hear both Locke and Steve have arrived, as you're still kind of counting your chickens that they're still here.
Sorry, I had to feed my pet.
She's taking stock of spoons because she might have run out briefly.
Conference room?
Yeah.
What's the matter with him?
Did he get you?
No. Because Anton was here.
Oh!
Okay. That's good.
Oh, I'll have to make sure Anton's drinks are comped at the bar. That's neat.
Oh, God.
I mean, I almost resisted it. Almost fucking resisted it. But that is not a gangrel trick. That's not a gangrel trick.
I will not be staying in my club from here on out.
Smart.
After he just walked in. Like he owned my fucking haven. And I know had Anton not been here, he would have raped my mind for information.
So
you've never had it done to you either. Not in all your time as a kindred.
Mm-mm. And that's how it's been described to me.
It's... I think it would come down to how much you fight. And I don't like the...
Oh, darling, I have secrets in my mind that I would fight to the death to keep.
Yeah, he seemed pretty satisfied. Here's what I told him. He wanted to know where she was, and I told him if she wants to see you, if she wants to see people like us, we will see her. If she doesn't, then we won't. And therefore, I couldn't really give him an answer, because that's big leagues.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. He kind of just, weirdly, he could have pushed more. Like, he could have. And that's what's kind of weird.
The weirdest thing is he asked if Quartermain was gone.
Oh, he asked me that too. He said Quartermain's gone, and I was like, yeah.
And then he warned me that if he does come back and I don't reveal it, that is a crime against the Camarilla.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, he's out.
I get that, but why does that need to be announced here? I know what he was planning to do.
Probably
bullshit.
What's that, Steve?
It was probably for the benefit of Anton, who was standing there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He covered for what he was going to do to me.
Mm-hmm. He didn't want Anton to know that he's looking for. If he's looking for her, then it's obvious that he is compromised.
And he made it obvious anyway, because Anton's now aware something's wrong with Art.
I never really thought Art was bright. He's old. That doesn't make him
And the
smart.
one in him is overconfident.
Yeah.
Well, Lily, the reason I wanted to come over right away this night, I'd made the correlation that the glitch in the camera system was back when we were in the car and I had told Sybil that Golden Eyes was coming to kill her.
Yeah.
That's exactly the moment when the glitch occurred.
I know, we talked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a glitch in my cameras at the moment that he told her.
There's more.
Okay.
She came to me in my dreams last night and thanked me for warning her, and that my time is coming soon.
If you have a single ounce of self-preservation, Steve, run.
I text Jack, and I'm like, I need to check something real fast. What time was that glitch?
It was about maybe 2:15 in the morning. Yeah.
And just check the camera to see if there was a glitch sometime between blah, 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 just a time frame that would safely encompass
Yep,
it.
he comes back and says, no, everything was fine.
Cool, then it was probably just
here.
Her...
Yeah, needless to say, I'm not staying in my club anymore.
Oh, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to hear from Anton as soon as possible. He has to speak to other people to make the deal with Vital. Mm-hmm. As soon as that's completed, I will probably be looking at leaving, because these elders can fucking make this city burn for all I care.
Wow.
The fact that fucking bastard wanted to come into my house and do that to me? So help me, I will destroy his tool, Chaz, and I will take the fucking golden-eyed bastard with me when I burn.
I would help you with that.
We could just avoid them. These are bigger powers than what we ever dealt with as kind. It's not the same. And I have beaten some dudes' faces in.
Locke, I am sick to death of fucking old douchebag Ventru. I have dealt with them my entire fucking unlife.
I think now if we want to survive, thinking is better.
I get it. But so help me.
We're not kind. We can't lose our shit. It's very dangerous when we lose our shit.
I'm not going to lose my shit.
I just turned blue. I turned blue up. My camera just turned me blue and back. It was
that's
weird.
Funny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But it's okay. I'm back
but
to normal.
So help me. I've been used. I'm still used. I don't care about that. That's the nature of who we are. But you know what? I will not be fucking violated. Not by some goddamn old man.
Then we have to come up with an actual plan.
I need to calm myself first.
Yeah, probably.
The ring tonight, Steve, is warm. It's not cold.
Okay, so she's not around.
First time it's not been cold since you put it on, except when you left her reach.
Right.
All right. So right now we're waiting on Anton. We've got to stay out of Art's way for more than one reason.
Well, I'd love to, but he keeps barging into my club.
Then don't come to the club.
Oh, I'm going to leave tonight. The club. I'll still be in the city. I have business I have to take care of.
Yeah. You know, he will probably track me down again.
Oh, and I look dead at Steve. You know he's going to be hunting you down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I won't be able to put up much of a fight.
No, you won't. You need to run. Because I don't think she wants you going out that fucking quickly.
No, I don't think so either, but whatever Art is now may think different.
Mm-hmm.
So... Shit.
Might be time for a new persona, Steve.
I was hoping to hold on to this one a little longer while I figured out what my original one really was. I mean,
who says you can't go back?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got the potential like meet cute shit happening on Friday. Start researching who previous gen Steve was.
Mm-hmm. Go on, but
we need to talk to Esmeralda.
No, any chance we could get, a whole bunch of blue pine, perhaps to Dogpile?
I can talk to Mom.
The Dogpile? The sheriff?
I'm thinking no, though, since that's something he used to do for fun.
Yeah!
Well, but against a lot of them.
I still think we may not have lupines in the area that are powerful enough.
Now, the one who used to hunt for fun was Tally, but Art has taken him before because that was what got him a reputation. But Tally's the one who hunts for sport lupine, which is insanity.
I can... it's going to be hard talking to Tabitha about this, but actually Blood Liquor is supposed to stop by probably and talk to me at some point, since apparently my new associate is her ex.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were a thing with him now.
What? No, this isn't a thing. This isn't a thing. It's a business.
Oh, it's so going to be a thing.
Not a thing.
Before it's all over, it's going to be a thing.
Spending an entire day, binge watching Golden Girls. I mean, come on, that's a thing.
That's a date.
That's not a date.
That's a date. That's like Netflix and chill, darling.
There was no chill. It was just Netflix. Like, if you stop at Netflix, it's just Netflix.
Okay.
If you say so, Locke.
Mm-hmm.
If you say so, Locke. Tell that to the woman who's, actually dated. But okay.
You didn't have Netflix.
No, but I know what a date is.
I mean, he was handcuffed.
Even more fun. That's my kind of date. I mean, you know what I do in my playroom, right?
Willpower check, Steve.
Oh no! What triggered him this time? Oh dear
Kinky
God!
shit.
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
They used to watch Golden Girls.
3 again.
3 again?
Oh, God.
You remember a date with Esmeralda.
In handcuffs?
No.
Oh, come on.
Ruth Chris. Steakhouse. You were both mortal.
Oh.
Okay. Any idea what time?
No, you don't know what year. You can't. It's been a while, a long while.
Okay.
But you remember a date with her specifically. The first time you've put her directly into your memory, but a date with her.
Okay.
Nice fancy place, though.
Yeah, it is. This is fucking with Steve.
It's just a 1-2 hammer on Steve between his mistress and now remembering a date and being a ghoul. And, yeah.
But it is putting a timeline that...
And it's filling in cracks.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't the handcuffs, okay? It was the date talk. And you all notice Steve gets this... a look of consternation on his face briefly?
If you are talking to her about whether this was a date or not, I am going to be so mad right now.
That is so far out of the wheelhouse that she and I talk about. No, I was actually... You brought up a memory of Esmeralda and I out on a date at Ruth Chris, of all places, but still.
The steak place?
Yeah. We were mortal and eating real food, which is weird.
I guess that answers a few questions.
Yeah,
they were banging before the fangs.
So both banging, regular banging, and fang banging. Okay.
Yeah. So, interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, so basically if she ghouled you because she was turned and you were human, and she ghouled you because she couldn't let you go, it would have eventually developed into a mockery of the relationship. Because you would have been very compliant and subservient and obsessed with her.
Which is not attractive.
That's not. And so likely she embraced you to stop that.
Okay.
Or shit went down.
Or shit went down, or, but...
really kinky sex almost killed...
yeah, that's
that'll
possible.
Be the next memory.
That might have happened. I mean, but it's definitely there. She loved you.
Yeah, that part.
She loved you. She probably still does. At least in some way.
Right.
I mean, she's at least still hot for you.
Yeah.
From what I could tell. I'm not the best person at reading this kind of stuff, obviously, but
Well, didn't you say that she thought I was the other woman?
Yes. Yeah. And I was no.
Oh, she's so young. Okay.
Not a problem. It's kind of owe you. That's not how she figures.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you definitely need to have a talk with her.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
She needs to realize you're not the man she loved. She needs to be able to move on.
Oh, that's...
Because, knowing myself at this point, nothing's going to work like that.
No.
So maybe it should be like a less meet cute and more of a we schedule something.
Well, no, it's fine to just
run into her
and have it lead into a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good one, but...
Great.
Yeah.
I'll bring popcorn.
You do that, and then give me the report afterwards, because I'm not going to appear for that.
Would it make it easier to keep it down if it was bloody popcorn?
I don't
chunky.
have a problem keeping it down.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. But I don't have a problem with that anymore. She just has to make sure it gets out before she goes to sleep.
What happens if you go to sleep with it still?
It probably just comes out on its own, and then your bed's a mess.
Ah.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. Yeah, that
Why even bother?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh. Well.
So
I will be available by phone.
Okay.
Now, go ahead, Lon.
I'm sticking around my usual haunts. I've got too much entrenched there, and if he finds me again, he finds me again. I can't really tell him anymore. So,
I just worry he's going to come back when Anton isn't here.
yeah. You hide yourself. I don't know as much shit. It's fine.
But I will say that, speaking about her, as far as I can tell, every indicator that I know, she's not here now. She's gone.
And she said she's waking soon?
No, he didn't tell you that. He said that his time is almost...
So, like, she left town?
I'm sorry, what?
She left town?
I don't know.
Maybe she was just relocated somewhere else in the labyrinth.
It could be, but much further away because I don't feel her at all. Or I can't hear her either. It's total silence.
Interesting.
That's a thing. Okay.
Interesting.
When he says that, you both notice his cheek is slightly red on one side. Barely any kind of a hint of a shade on one side.
Eyes of the... Well, not Eyes of the Beast. That's not a heat tracker thingy.
I want to do
Can you look at that with...
the unseen?
Okay.
Spooky eyes.
Or spooky eyes? My eyes are not spooky, darling.
No, his are spooky when they go all black.
Yeah, but he won't be able to see
No,
it.
you see spooks with spooky eyes.
And that's a wits aspect?
Resolve aspects.
Why would it be resolved?
Because you're trying to use the power. You're focusing on using the power. It's always resolved. Wits is if you're unconsciously using the power, which means I roll.
And that is 6.
You don't see anything.
No
odd
aura
about it.
or anything?
No aura on it, but it's definitely red, almost like maybe frostbite, which Kindred don't have.
I reach out to touch it.
Okay.
Take one superficial wound.
It's that cold.
The chill of death. It's not even that it's that cold. The chill of death spreads up your arm.
I snatch my hand back.
Oh, let me try. And I touch his cheek.
You touch it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cold.
you know what?
It's very cold. But it's a cold you remember.
Yep.
Do I feel anything?
You feel them touch you.
She touched you.
Yeah.
Well,
You okay?
She appeared to me in my dream. I mean, at least I thought it was a dream.
It was daytime.
Mm-hmm.
So she couldn't have been moving around too much because it's daytime.
I rouse to heal the wound.
Okay.
And I get hungrier. I'm now at 2.
And now at 2. Your beast is
I know
silent.
that.
Good. She needs to shut her
She
whore
has
mouth.
nothing to say about this situation.
She needs to shut her whore mouth. My beast is fucking scared, y'all. Fucking Methuselahs are fucking shit up.
Looks like, well, it might as well be this. It might as well be this.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
She's too concerned with whether you can Netflix and not chill. That's she has bigger concerns right now, people.
It was a date.
You need some stress relief, so you might as well chill.
No. We don't.
Two Kindred faking it the whole time, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, you know.
That is odd to think about.
Okay. God, I wish he would fucking show up. I'm so ready.
Which one?
Kent.
Kent?
Yeah, because I need...
Don't worry, I plan to have that shortly, just so you know. I'm going to have him show up this episode just to get that storyline ready for next time. But I'm letting y'all finish your scene first.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, there's at this point Locke would be
My instincts are telling me to kill Chaz.
Locke is texting Tabitha.
You have to leave the conference room.
Okay, I leave the conference room. And I text Tabitha, and it's like, you can just Netflix and not Netflix and chill, right? And that's her.
She comes back with, I mean, technically, maybe. Miss Locke, can you tell Miss Lily in the conference room that that black Crown Vic's out front?
Hey, Black Crown Vic out front.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. You may want to be in here for this.
I turn back around.
Yeah.
Okay. And Thomas, of course, escorts up. He assumes that means that you want him to come in. Because he escorts up a young guy.
Okay.
Maybe mid-20s, black hair.
I'm going to rouse Blush of Life.
Okay. He's wearing
I'm succeeded.
raggedy jeans, t-shirt, leather jacket.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when he comes in, he looks around and says, I was told, I mean, your man here said that I was asking for like Lily and Locke and
I am Lily.
And Steve and
I'm Locke.
Quartermain too.
Quartermain unfortunately had to leave town.
I'm Kent.
Please, have a seat, Kent. It's a pleasure to have you.
Bria sent me to come talk with you guys.
Okay, good. Good, because I have been eagerly awaiting to talk to you. Everyone got out safely?
I mean, all of them that wanted. There was some of it. I mean, not everybody was on board with leaving because some of them liked that sick bastard. But
there's no accounting for taste, is there?
No, some of them feel they owe him for what he did for them. For their condition.
Do you share the condition?
I mean, Bria told me that it's safe to talk here. We're all kindred, but I was embraced and they were created.
Created?
Some sick shit going on in this damn power plant. They were bled out and then fed some blood that Kent has, that he said he's gotten from somewhere. And then they were suddenly... So, I mean, he said there's like a 60% breakage, as he puts it.
He's making thin bloods?
Some are thin bloods, some aren't. Some end up...
full blood.
Yeah, like me and him, but not all.
That's where they're coming from.
But I don't know where he doesn't let us go into the place.
Where is he getting the kindred blood?
I assume he's getting it from under the power plant. Because that's where he doesn't let most of us go down there. Only his circle, his priests are allowed to go get it.
all the little gears click into place in Lily's mind.
Only his priests, as he calls them, can get.
Has there been a shortage recently?
Shortage of what?
Supply for that.
No, he's got
interesting.
plenty that he comes out with.
Who's he?
Buzzsaw.
Okay.
Him and his priests will come out, and they call it the offering. And anyone who wants the offering, he gives it to them. And I mean, like over half of them die from it, but the ones who survive it, I mean, the way they look at it is, it's a risk of. I mean, they're all gangbangers. We all know what kind of life we led.
However, what's the name of these gangbangers again?
It was the horror crew.
Yeah, they're down by about half, right?
Well, half of us left, and he was already losing quite a number from his little thing.
Yeah.
He didn't force any of them the ones he took us hostages, he didn't force any of us to drink the blood. He don't force anyone to go through, conversion and the sacrifice or the ritual. That's all done a volunteer basis from people who are willing to risk dying to become
kindred.
Seems to be about half come out full blood, half come out what they are. I guess, yeah, my sire would have called them thin bloods, instead of kindred, but half breeds.
Interesting.
Do you know of how to get a hold of any of these thin bloods?
couple of them are in the gang, a couple of them are around the city.
Find them if you can. Get them my contact information.
Actually, there's 2 of them specifically I'm interested in.
Okay.
2 that were involved with the arson at Black Magic.
That's one of your things?
Indeed.
Yeah, that was 2 of his converted.
I would like them to know I have a job proposition for them.
Okay, I mean, they stayed with him? Because his converted, most of them stayed with him, but not all. I mean,
they will really want to talk with me. I pay better.
Okay, I'll let them know. I mean, I know one of the 2 is like a real go-getter, follower buzzsaw, but the other one's just kind of along for the fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One of those, yeah, I'm sure I can see it in you, Locke. You understand they're along for the fun types.
Yeah. I know that kind.
Yeah.
I think, though, that a better offer can absolutely be made.
Absolutely.
Lily's very persuasive.
But this is what Bria told me that you guys wanted to know about, how about half their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I think the horror crew now has to be maybe 20 people total in the whole gang.
Kindred and Thin Bloods.
Kindred, Thin Bloods, and some mortals left. Just a couple, because, strong leader still attracts some. I think maybe he have 4 or 5 Thin Bloods left and maybe 3 or 4 Kindred left. And the rest of it's all mortals that aren't quite ready to take that risk of being
embraced.
Part of the ceremony and, go through conversion.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Could be fun.
Could you write a statement for me?
What do you mean a statement?
Outlining what you reported.
No, that's a masquerade breach. I've been taught well enough not to outline this. I mean, my sire, we're Bruja and all, but
I would burn
stupid.
it after it was read by the sheriff.
Or you could just... honestly, the sheriff already knows that shit's going down in there.
Yeah, but he doesn't know this shit.
I think that maybe that's a bad idea because any getting involved directly with the sheriff right now could be messy for everyone involved, including Bruja.
Yeah, Bria told me to avoid the sheriff. She specifically said that she was told by Ivan to not...
Oh, I would keep the source anonymous.
Yeah, but I know better. I understand you're going to burn it and all, but my sire drilled into me, no evidence that we exist. That was
we
like
need
the thing.
to avoid Art. And you know what? Art's going to get distracted with whatever Art is going to get distracted with.
That's fine, whatever.
This might be our problem.
I am not going up in there.
But just so you know that, they're... I'll tell the ones that broke off to come see you, the Thin Bloods. Not many of his full bloods left. Me and one other are the only ones that...
Do you think they left town or they left as in...
Well, I don't know. I'm leaving town with Bria.
Okay.
That's my plan. The other one, I don't know what he planned, but he only lost 2 of his full bloods. The Thin Bloods, he lost some of those, but I did thank you all for rescuing our friends and our families.
Of course.
Some of us have attachment still to certain individuals that we like to see protected.
Of course.
But there's some weird shit going on under there.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, you don't have to come with me. But if he's making Thin Bloods, even if it's willing, it's not willing. Because nobody ever gives us the full rundown of what we are.
Right.
And what they're getting into. And I want to get under there and I want it to fucking stop. Because all he's going to do is make an army and they're all just going to get slaughtered. And what's left of it, I don't want him to rebuild.
We need Vicky.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I guess we could use Vicky. My concern is, Let me think on what resources I can gather. Okay.
And I don't know if this is relevant to any of you, but I just remembered the only other thing I've seen down there that his priests or whatever is like old Egyptian symbols. They seem to be fascinated
Yes, it
with.
used to be an old ministry temple. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that clan.
Ministry?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never heard that.
Followers of Set.
Setites. I know that clan.
Yes.
We freaky
Them.
snake people.
They rebranded thinking that we would all forget how much corrupting they do, but we haven't.
So I figured what he's been doing is he's got somebody down there he's pulling blood from.
Oh, shit.
That he's using to make us, because it's not his. I mean, if he wanted to create children, he could, because, I mean, right?
What clans are the full-bloods turning out to be?
I don't have a way to tell clan. They all end up with the same powers.
What do they all the same powers? What powers?
Yeah.
What can they do?
They grow fangs. Snake fangs.
Fuck, he's got a goddamn torpid Setite down there.
We need to get down there.
Yeah,
we need
so snake fangs
That's
part
a
of it?
Setite thing.
Let me talk. Let me see if I can gather resources, okay? I don't want to get Vicky involved because right now Vicky, Art, they're all just too much fucking chaos.
Yeah, but I'm jetting. I mean, I'll give you a number.
Yeah, that's fine.
In case you need any other info from me, I can tell you, but I won't be in town.
If you can get word to the two involved with the black magic, let them know I have a job
I won't be able to get to the
opportunity.
one that's a fanatic because, well, I'm not going back to that place.
That's fine.
But I may be able to get a word to the other because, I mean, just because I left doesn't mean I don't have some words of communication open.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Be well. You and Bria, stay safe.
We're not going like all the way back to Seattle, but we're not going to be in the
Here,
city. So
yeah.
if you need us,
okay.
Because I know Bria said she owed you a favor for like creating some IDs and shit that she does. Because that's always been her. She's a whiz at that shit.
Good.
At
Good.
Backstory and creating whole. She's amazing to watch with it. So
Cool.
I think I'm about to become
cards
somebody
for me.
other than Kent. Yeah.
Well, Kent, thank you so much.
I'm thinking Sam. Maybe I'll be a Sam this
Sam?
time. Or a Robert.
It's a good name.
Could be a Robert. Yeah, you know, it's time.
Okay. Well, I'll have my guard Thomas see you out.
I'll tell Bria that you guys said hello. She seemed to think highly of you, though she did say y'all were a little brutal, but she's always been like the squeamish one of the two of us.
She wanted to stay in the van.
She wanted to stay in the car.
She never likes to. She doesn't like to watch violence. And, you know, I know. Well, she's always been unique amongst. I think that's why she was embraced by our sire, because it was kind of a.
We are
like the ideals. She's very much an idealist, and
we are as brutal as we need to be to get a job done.
I was the one that was the fighter, the muscle, and she was the one that was the conscience in a lot of way of the two of us, and that's that's how we worked as a brood, and it seemed to work very well.
Good.
But
all right.
Okay, well, you know, I'll tell her you said hey, and you've got her number, and you've got mine. He gives you a number. He writes it on a piece of paper.
Okay, perfect.
And he exits the room and escorted by Thomas, leaving you guys together to digest this bit of info.
Okay. I can make a plan. I don't need a quartermain. I can make a plan. Okay. Power. Steve. Can you cut? I know it's a power station, but there's got to be a way to cut power to it, right?
If they are Setites, they can see in the dark.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That sucks.
They basically are kind of similar to Gangrel in that way.
Stuck up Gangrel?
Lily knows from her experience in the Camarilla and the Setite talk, because there's actually was a number of them over on the West Coast, that it's Protean, Obfuscate, and Auspex.
Yeah.
There's the three. No. Yeah, that's the three. No, Protean, Obfuscate, and Presence.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
they're like basically a hoard up Gangrel.
Hey, Mom, want to go get some tarted up gangrel? Okay, no.
I probably got my clans wrong, but you get the point.
I get the point,
It's been a while since I played with them.
Not gonna be able to fight. I may be able to bring my boy. He should be bonded up enough by then to at least be trustworthy. I could see if Bloodlicker maybe could help, although I already owe her a favor and she hasn't called it in yet, which, oh fuck, wait, I have her, oh shit, that might go badly. Anyway, focus. Okay, who else do we know? We know George, but no, because he's too close to Stanford.
And George is child of Stanford. You know,
George's nights are numbered.
What?
He's a descendant of Stanford.
Oh, shit. So, like, not just even direct... Was he a direct child of Stanford?
Not direct child. Through Nathan.
The whole line is getting killed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They prune the hedges when they prune the hedges.
That's what happens when you fuck up twice.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll take him off the list. Let's see. What else do we have? Actually, interesting. I think that I think that Hairsticks might actually be an Earthmelder.
Oh, you think so?
Well, there's a certain kind of gangrel that hangs out in the woods a lot, and if you hang out in the woods a lot,
you tend to go in the earth. Mm-hmm.
You go down. So
it does take care of that whole needing a haven thing.
Yeah.
Just gotta hope a farmer doesn't dig you up.
No, actually, you're fine. From what I've heard, it's okay.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if... Well, I mean, the first thing we... but it's okay. We could make a plan. I just don't really want to involve Vicky in this because that could get nasty fast. But
unfortunately, with what they're doing down there, it needs to get nasty fast because I think that we're going to walk into numbers.
Okay.
And it may not be kind down there.
Oh, shit.
That's why I wanted to get the sheriff involved. This is a massive fucking masquerade breach.
He does already know about it.
He knows about the cult underneath the ground?
I told him... I don't think I told him about the cult. I think that was... I found out about that later. All right.
That could step up his timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could step up his timeline?
Okay. I'll contact him.
Okay.
And I step outside.
And actually, we're going to end the episode right here.
Wait, hold on.
What's up? Go ahead, Lan. Or Steve.
Locke steps out and closes the door. I motion to Lily that I need to tell her something.
Okay, what's up?
Go ahead. You can have, up until we end, y'all can deal with your scene.
Okay. Part of the dream that I had with Sybil. She told me that she is awakening. I didn't want to mention it in front of Locke because I don't know what Golden Eyes may have left in her head.
Smart move. Smart move. Fuck.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, well, I recommend you don't stay at my club.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I'm going to be taking some time off from the club. I mean, it pretty much runs itself at this point.
Very much so runs itself.
And
you have a new club to...
And I have a new place that I can focus on a little bit. Granted, it's, still kind of a plain sight thing. Everyone knows I'm opening a new place. But, yeah. I'm going to go grab Raphael and we're going to head out.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's where we'll end this episode. With some very vital but very dangerous information relayed from Kent. That somebody's been creating Kindred. But obviously, he's not been creating them because if he wanted to embrace, he could have just embraced. Buzzsaw could. But apparently his blood isn't strong enough for him to do the embracing. which means he could be 14th gen, which
is thin blood.
Are called thin blood, but not all of them are actually thin bloods. Sometimes you get the rare one who manifests.
The clanbane.
They're clanbane.
And their disciplines.
Yep. Rarely, but it happens. And the coterie trying to figure out how to deal with Art. And Sybil is waking. Which goes back to a vision Lily had of the darkness growing under the city. But does the web hold up the city and shield it, or does the web get consumed? That's where we end it. I'd like to thank everyone for this dark, twisted episode, because this has gotten pretty rough. But, you know, consequences have actions, and somebody telling Sybil something's coming to kill her tends to make an elder not sleep. I wouldn't sleep if I knew Golden Eyes was coming for me. I'd stay awake. And if you'd like to join us on the Discord to talk about this dark-ass episode or the way this chronicle is going, if you think there's a happy ending, there isn't. Pop over to the Discord right here in the chat. If you want to check out some other great channels, pop over and see that there. You want to watch our video on demand content, of course. Look at the link. You can pop over to YouTube. That's our video on demand. You like what we're doing, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. is Black Death Chronicles. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. is our vignettes. And when this airs, Saturday 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern is Ishval, D&D 5th edition. So thank you all for coming. Does anyone want to add anything to this one?
No.
Yeah, I think everyone's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.